Hello everyone, this is Dr. Alex Avila with Love University. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on today's video. Hello everyone, this is Dr. Alex Avila with Love University, and we're back. I'm an author, psychologist, and speaker. Every week we talk about how to love yourself, others, in a higher nature, how to improve your finances, career, health, relationships, and spirituality. Now today we have a very pertinent topic I think will be very interesting, and a guest to talk about it. Our topic today is God is my Valentine, how to transform sexual and romantic energy into unstoppable success, love, and joy. Now, Mellisa Barragan is our guest for today. Now, she's been on the show before. Born in Colombia, she experienced a terrible tragedy as a young woman and eventually moved to Miami, Florida. Starting from the ground up, she has become the vice president of sales at Platinum Realty, and she is one of the top real estate producers in Florida. She works with high net worth individuals, including celebrities, billionaires, and professional athletes, generating over $200 million in real estate sales with 1 million Instagram followers. Mellisa is also a former Miss Universe contestant and is involved in businesswoman empowerment, and she has 4 bulldog puppies. Welcome, Mellisa, to the show.
Thank you, guys.
Good to see you again. You're looking good. Now, Mellisa, today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic. Now, you and I have been talking about this off camera, the idea of the right use of sexual and romantic energy. Now, there's a trend in society, and you've probably heard about this, where they call it situationship, where people...
Situationship.
Yes, people get together, kind of like friends with benefits. They date, maybe have sex, but there's no real commitment to it. And they define it as no labels or exclusivity. They may be seeing other people, no clear boundaries, irregular and superficial contact, a lack of integration in each other's lives. And here's the tricky part. The relationship doesn't grow and it doesn't end. Now, I had a guy on my show recently, an author named Anthony Vernon. He talks about that we're becoming a society of flings. He calls it flings on flings. People are not wanting the long-term commitment as much, especially among a certain age range. So that's an interesting idea. And the idea of using sexual energy in the right direction. Now, you may have heard of Sigmund Freud. He talked about sublimation, ways in which people can utilize sexual energy for positive societal purposes. Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich talked about sexual transmutation, how you can transmute your sexual energy for creativity, willpower, and endurance. And also in the East, we'll call it Brahmacharya, which is a form of taking your sexual energy and upgrading it to the divine to find a spiritual purpose. And Mellisa, I know you tried an interesting experiment we were talking about, and you had a miracle in Valentine's. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so you put me up to this challenge, and it was something new that I did not really know about. And when we first talked about it, you said that there was going to be a spiritual purpose behind all of this, and maybe a great lesson or something amazing or magical would happen at the end of the process. We started this back in beginning of November, and I committed to you that I was going to try this and see if I could change my life or my love life using this methodology that you suggested for me. You know, at first I thought it would have been maybe something like with these situationships, maybe turning into something more, or situationships, or maybe I would have thought that maybe somebody new would come into my life. But what ended up happening was much more beautiful than that. It didn't really involve another person. It involved a spiritual relationship with me and God. You know, I do sell apartments for this Bentley building. We're selling pre-construction. We're almost 50% sold. And I was waiting anxiously for Valentine's Day to see what was going to happen or what would be my reward for the sacrifice that I was doing. And, you know, that weekend, that Saturday, I had a really, really good showing with a beautiful family, you know, a couple that's been married for over 30 years. They have 3, you know, grown kids that they're just so proud of. They all work together in the same company, just a very blessed family. And on Valentine's Day, that night, I was in the office till 8:30 at night, signing contracts. They actually purchased 4 units in the building for the parents and the 3 brothers. And this happened to be my eventful Valentine's Day evening. And I was just so shocked because it was, to me, like a message that God was saying to me, you know, you really need to focus on self-love and focus on work and building yourself, and not on somebody else completing you, but on you completing yourself. Right. And I'm here for you and I love you. And I thought that was a really beautiful message. It was something that I really needed at the time. Just, you know, sometimes you start doubting yourself, you get insecure, or you just go through these rough patches, you feel lonely. And then, you know, this really kind of inspired me. And I just felt like it was, more than $25 million sold in one day. That's the most that I've ever sold ever in one day in one transaction. Previous highest, I would say highest property sold in one day was 14.4 million. So to go to 14.4 million to over 25 million in one day, it just seemed like a dream came true for me that day, and more magical than anything that I would have thought of.
Incredible. So to go back to this, so you agree that you would be, I guess, abstinent in terms of intimacy for a period of time until Valentine's Day. And your idea was hopefully that would maybe attract, the right committed, real, spiritual, romantic relationship that you haven't, I guess, had until recently, or that you haven't had for a while. And then the idea that actually transmuted your energy, your sexual libido, as we call it, Freud said libido is your life instinct, into the success, right, in your career and also financially. And this to me looked like it was kind of a surprise to you, but it was a very welcome surprise, a welcome miracle.
Sign too that what you were telling me to do was something that was positive, that something that was the right thing for me. I think it was reinforcing. When I met you, I felt like that was kind of a magical moment, like a very serendipitous moment. And I wasn't expecting to meet you that day at the Heat game, the NBA Finals, Miami. And when we met, I just felt this connection to you. And when this happened, I was like, wow, he's right, and I've been reading your book, and I want everybody to please go buy this book, because this book has healed me, saved me, inspired me in so many ways. And I'm still in the middle of reading it. As you can see, I take notes, I highlight it. I'm really big believer in your knowledge and your wisdom. And I can't believe how this transformed my life. I was in a little bit of a dark phase, I would say, when, you asked me to do this, and I was so confused, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? And I felt like very pure energy after just kind of focusing on this, like a higher purpose.
It's beautiful, and thank you for the testimonial, but really it's all about you. You are the one that are applying these techniques and these principles for yourself and your own mind. You are transforming yourself and also helping others. Our purpose here is to really help others who have the same issue. A lot of people are in either empty relationships or situationships or, flings, and they're kind of like spending their energy in the wrong way, so their sexual, romantic energy. People get caught up in incompatible relationships too, or even abusive relationships, because initially there's that sexual attraction. And we know that there's some brain chemicals. When you fall in love in the beginning, there's like we call dopamine and
lust. In love. We don't know what it is.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. Oxytocin. So these are bonding chemicals, and they give you a high feeling, but then you crash, right? Once you realize you're not compatible and there are problems in the relationship. And the thing is that people with high sexual energy are actually high achievers. They've done studies on this, high level testosterone. And there's nothing wrong with sexual expression in a loving relationship and so forth. But the problem is that people get caught up in chasing it one after the other, this love high, right? And as a result, they don't have the satisfaction, the depth that we're talking about. Like in the East, they say sexuality is like fire. It can burn, but it can also warm, and it can also bring light. So it depends how well you apply it. So what have you learned, you think, from these experiments, Melissa?
I learned that sometimes we think the things that we think we need are really found within ourselves. I think that sometimes we look for things and solutions in the wrong places, where we need to look within ourselves and with God. And when we are seeking love, we need to create more love within ourselves and within our life, and look for those things that we're not seeing. Like, the love for my job. I'm so blessed that I get to do something that I love, and that gives my life meaning. And it's not just about the money or making a sale. It's the accomplishment that I feel. It's the joy that this family is going to have when they move in together and live in this building. And it's like almost seeing their dreams come true and making their dreams come true and being a part of that. It was so special, and even though I didn't have a Valentine, God was my Valentine. And I got to spend Valentine's, a very special moment with this family, seeing them, spend Valentine's Day together, make this huge purchase, plan their future with their kids, seeing this beautiful marriage. It was just such a beautiful thing to be a part of. And for it to happen on that day when I was like waiting for something to happen, it was just, I don't know, it was like divine timing. It was something that it proved to me that what you're doing is right, that the message that you're getting out there is correct, and that we need to encourage other people to go down this path. So when we learn lessons in life, sometimes we learn them the hard way, right? But sometimes there's people that are put in our path to teach us and to inspire us and to guide us in the right direction. And I feel like you've been an angel in my life, and I really want to be a source of inspiration and help to others. And I encourage other people that if you're feeling empty or if you're feeling confused about your life, stuck in the wrong relationship, toxic, abusive, just confusing situationship, just try this out and see what happens for you, because maybe God wants to tell you something, but we're just too busy with the wrong thing to hear the right thing or to focus our energy and our love energy, channel it in the right direction.
Definitely, yeah. That's very well said, Mellisa. And the idea is that, research shows actually that there are a lot of benefits for people that can channel this libido. Now, libido can be the sexual, it could be love energy, it could be even your overall energy. People that do this are more charismatic. There's something about their personality. The more spiritual, the more intuitive. They get into touch with their inner nature, creativity. They have more intimate relationship. Intimate meaning emotionally deep, spiritually deep. Self-confidence, and in your case, even financial success, right? Career success can flow from this idea of reinvesting that energy in a positive way. And the idea is not necessarily to be celibate, but to fuse sex, romance, and love together into one very powerful ingredient. And we see this in history. In my book, Invincible You, I do talk about, for example, Shah Jahan in the 1300s created the Taj Mahal, one of the 7 wonders of the world, in honor of his wife, in memory of his wife. And we know Bill and Melinda Gates, for example, have done great work through their charities, through their marriage. You have a personal experience also with Grant and Elena Cardone, which I know you're close to. And the story of them is very interesting. Grant was saying that he pursued her for a whole year. She was a beautiful model or actress, and she wasn't interested. He kept calling her, texting her. She never responded. And finally, they went out to shoot guns one day, and not a date, but they fell in love. And now they have beautiful children, and they have this real estate empire. Tell us about that, because I know you know her personally, Elena and those people.
Yeah, I love Lena and Grant's story. I'm very inspired. Every time I hear Lena talk or hit the stage, I'm very moved by their success and how they have this whole, my whole methodology is like live more. With them, it's like, how do we feel 10 times the love in this relationship? How do we create a 10 times better life? How do we, have kids that have this mentality of let's do everything bigger and 10x. Let's be 10 times better than the person that we were yesterday. So I really like that challenge too. And I really think that it's a beautiful thing when two people can get together and build an empire and a family, and they work together, and it just works, so well. And it's just such a beautiful thing. They're really blessed to have that. Not everybody has that blessing. And I think it's a very special thing. Family is a beautiful thing. You can have all the success and money in the world, but to see your family happy and together, and knowing that they don't need anything, and that you're abundant in love and in peace and in happiness, that's priceless,
Definitely. And I'm kind of curious, you may know more about this, but they seem a little different. Now, he's Southern, raised in the South, and I don't know if she's from California, what her background is. But what do you think brings them together? Because, you need to fuse the energies together, right? When you fuse it together, you create something greater than the individual parts. We call that synergy. So what is it about that relationship, Grant and Elena, that you've observed that makes them so successful in what they're doing?
Working together. I think, success, that kind of success, when you talk about taking success to a new level, it can't be accomplished by yourself. So great success takes a village, and it takes a good team, and it takes teamwork to make the dream work. So when your partner in life, your lover, your husband, they're your best friend, and you can work together and really take each other to another level in every area of your life, sexually speaking, emotionally speaking, spiritually speaking, professionally speaking. I think that really maximizes the potential that we all have, is that teamwork. It's like the yin yang. By myself, I could be one thing, but us together, we could be so much more. So I really like that they've done that.
If Elena Cardone's listening to this, we'd love to have you on the show on Love University. Now, here's the key to this. So the idea of sexual transmutation, or Brahmacharya, to transmute or transform the sexual romantic energy into something higher, is very powerful, but the key is how to apply it. So I want to do a little exercise with you right now, Mellisa, and people in the listening audience. So why don't you put everything down, put your arms to your side for now. Close your eyes.
Okay.
Take a deep breath. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. And I want you to see your life as it is now. Be fully aware. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Okay. and see where your life energy is going right now. And this is also for all listeners at home. Where are you spending your sexual, romantic, or life energy? Is it something that is positive for you or not positive? Are you trying to impress other people that you don't need to impress? Are you being too busy? Now, high achievers are often busy, but do you give yourself time and space to relax, to meditate, to be one with yourself, to be aware of yourself? Take a deep breath as we speak. Also be aware, are there any negative influences in your life, either people or situations that drag you down, that take your energy? We call them the emotional vampires, people that may take away your energy in a negative way. And on the other hand, are there people in your life that uplift you, or even situations, activities? Maybe you need to spend more time in meditation, reading spiritual things or psychology, or meditating, praying, spending time with your loved ones, or maybe gardening, poetry, doing something that you love that lifts you. Take a deep breath, exhale. And of course, one of the most important things is to love universally. We talk about to love without expectations, extend loving energy to other people, maybe homeless people, needy people, listening to a friend with pure empathy. Those are very powerful things. So take another deep breath, open your eyes. And Mellisa, tell us, did any of this resonate with you? What did you see yourself in this situation?
I'm trying not to see the negative things, when they get brought up in my mind. I'm trying to envision a pure partnership with pure love, with romance, passion, inspiration. And I would like to, get married one day, see a beautiful wedding and have beautiful kids and just have a peaceful unity and create a family. So that's what I see as something I would like to have, not just a house, but a home. A happy home filled with love. It's really focused on the family.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I can see that as uplifting of the energy, to a higher point, as we said, through Brahmacharya and, sexual transmutation and the other methods, is to uplift the energy to a higher. They say Brahmacharya, Brahma means the God, they say the divine. So there is, whether you believe in God, nature, or spirit, whatever your beliefs are, there's something higher than you, right? Something that's spiritual, that's beautiful. If you can uplift your energy to that level, then there's no limit to what you can accomplish, how much joy you can experience. And I think that's what I'm seeing in you right now. You see that contentment, right, that you may experience in the future with this happy marriage, beautiful life that you would have in the future.
Yeah, I think that that's truly the meaning of life, is to find your partner, find your life partner, push each other to new heights and build a beautiful family. I think that's a true definition of success. To live abundantly in love.
So, Mellisa, let's give us some advice now. Now, there are women out there, maybe young ladies or maybe older ladies, middle years, that may have been in bad relationships. Maybe they've had divorce, abusive relationships, incompatible ones. And maybe they have spent a lot of time and energy trying to find Mr. Right. They haven't done it. Maybe they're in situationships right now. Maybe they're in an affair with someone who's married. Maybe they're brokenhearted. What advice would you give them right now, given all that you've learned?
Say, really follow your intuition and don't force things. If something doesn't feel right, then just move away from it. Give yourself some time, give yourself some love, and know that you deserve to be happy. And you have to let go of that negativity seeker, right? So if there's this negative connection that has you trapped in a negative cycle, you have to let go of that, because you have to love yourself more. Because once you truly learn to love yourself, that's when somebody's going to really be able to love you the way that you deserve. So sometimes I think we get lonely and bored and we settle for less, or we get caught up in a fantasy of something or we want it to be and not what it actually is. So really being honest with ourselves and looking at the situation from a bird's eye perspective and being, is this really right for me? Am I really getting what I deserve? What I want for my life? And if it's not, why do I keep trying to force it to be something it's not? Why do I keep trying with this person? Why don't I just open my heart to something new? Because I heard this analogy once that if somebody throws you a ball, but you're holding a ball, you're not going to catch that new ball. So if God's trying to give you something good and you keep hanging on to that bad thing, there's no space in your life for that thing to come in. So I think it's really important to make space for what's good for you and get rid of what's weighing you down.
It's very powerful. Yeah. Who is right? Yeah. We've had a famous spiritual author on the show who talked about the idea of creating space for that new person. Maybe clean out your garage and, leave room for another car, or maybe sleep on one side of the bed, imagining that person is there. in a positive sense. And the other thing is we often talk about the dating masquerade. We do these masquerade parties where people wear on masks with their personality types, different colors. And the thing is that most people judge often by the, what they see. And then they create an image, like you said, right? A false image of that person. But then when the mask comes off, they're often incompatible. So we need to also learn how to unmask each other from the very beginning, right? See the true nature of the personality. And then see if you're really compatible at the deep core levels. Like you're saying, Elena and Grant, they have desire to accomplish a lot, to help people, to build something, a great positivity. And that's really the key. And if we can do that, I think we can do wonderful things in love and life. So I think your purpose, is more life, if I recall, more life. How do you say it? Live more? Is that your phrase?
So, but part of live more, like the whole thing is actually live more love. So it's live more of what you love. So if you love cars, look at me. I'm here at this car race. I'm trying to put myself in an environment of things that I love. I want to be surrounded by beautiful things. I want to feel abundance, joy, happiness in my life. And I want more of that. I want 10 times more of that. I want 100 times more of that.
Okay.
I want love, truly loved, not the idea of love, not my fantasy of love, but really that true connection. And, I think it's not easy when you have the wrong things around you. So it's very important to make room for those things. And right. I've been in a situation where I think I was more in love with the idea of love than or the fantasy of what it could be and not what this actually was. So I think, sometimes we also become like our own worst enemy and we end up blocking that love energy by focusing on the wrong thing.
Interesting. Yeah, those love chemicals, like I said, the love addict personality, they're striving for that high, right? But then, it collapses and then they're in a suffering
mode. I want to feel in love 24/7 or 28/8.
True love, right? I like that. Internal love.
Life. I want to feel in love with my job. I want to feel in love with the person I'm with. I want to feel love every second of my life. Life is so short. We're all going to die at some point. We have to know that, we're only here for a limited amount of time. And why not spend that time in love with your life, in love with yourself, and in love with the people around you?
I like that. So, you added the love part. So live more, love more, I think is what you're trying to say, which is beautiful.
Live more, love more.
Yeah, I like that. So that's beautifully said. Now tell me.
Love.
Yeah, live more love. Okay, very nice. LML. We're going to create a hat or something like that, a little cap or something, or, people can wear that, or a t-shirt.
I would like for us to write about that together. I mean, I really have, I think that's one of my dreams. I think maybe you can mentor me in the right direction.
Of course, yeah.
I really have hard lessons in love that I think that I could pass on to some people.
I think so, yeah. I mean,
make my worth something.
Say that again now?
To make my suffering worth something, I think it'd be nice to pass on what I...
Yeah. So remember the term transmutation means to change, right? So to change the pain to power, as we say in the Invincible You, to transform the pain to lessons to help yourself and others. Now, speaking of that, now you talk about loving your work, and that is an important thing. A lot of people don't love their work. They're stuck in these dead-end things, maybe they make a lot of money, but they're not happy. But you say you generally love your work. So can you tell us a little bit more about the Bentleys and all the stuff you're doing with these people?
Love cars. This thing about, having a car elevator. My boss, Gil Deser, he's a developer. He invented the car elevator. Okay. It came from a love of cars. He has one of the biggest car collections.
Okay, car elevator. So tell me what that is. So you buy a unit in one of the buildings and you can use an elevator for the car? How does it work?
Yes. So there's a car elevator, and the elevator brings you and your apartment. It brings you and your car directly to your apartment.
Wow.
So this is amazing because it's almost like, somebody like, maybe Gil had this dream when he was a boy, like, oh, I love cars. And this is a cool dream. And when you really put your mind to something and you invent something that hasn't been done before, and there's love energy behind all of that, like the sky's the limit. People ask me, why am I so good at sales? And it's just like, they don't understand how much I really love what I'm doing. If you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life. Like, I love the clients that I work with. I love the company that I work with. I love the car elevator. I love seeing my clients move in with their families and enjoy, just living the best life that they can. And it's such a fulfilling thing to see that. So I used to have a job where I was just working to pay my bills, and I prayed to God and I was like, God, I don't want to live like this. I want to do something I really love. And it just brings me so much joy. And I really want everybody to experience that joy with their profession and also in their personal life.
Right. I like the way he does. You combine your love of cars with your love of, I guess, homes and, families and people feeling good in their homes as your career. So that's what you do on a daily basis. That's really wonderful. And also, for listeners today, listen, if you're open to this, I'd like to do a little giveaway, a little contest where if someone can write to us, how would you like to live more in your life? They can write something, and I'm going to give away some free books. Would you be able to give away maybe some of your time to talk to them about real estate and how to be successful in real estate?
I think real estate is such an important thing. It's the biggest purchase that we ever made. So it has the most money attached to it. It's the most emotional purchase that we make because our home is everything. That's who we are with our family. And you'd be surprised how, the wife and the daughter feels about the son. And there's so much that goes into purchasing a home. And it's not a house, it's a home. So everybody has a different perception of what a home feels like.
Right.
And everybody, sometimes home is a person. Sometimes home is not a house.
Oh.
So as long as you're with that person, no matter where you are, you feel that. And the feeling of being home, I don't think there's any better feeling than that. When you go home to mom and she cooks your favorite meal.
Right.
It's such a warm and fuzzy feeling inside.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, I like that.
Lucky that I get to be part of the process of people finding a home, securing a home, seeing the home, and then seeing them enjoy that. And it's beautiful to become a part of their family. While we are purchasing the home, you get to know so many things about the family. You end up feeling like trying to become like family and friends, you know?
Definitely. Well, that's the Latino way we call hogar. Your hogar, right, is your home, tu casa, mi casa, tu casa. And
mi casa, tu casa. I mean, my home is your home.
I like that, yeah. But also for investment purposes, can people make money in real estate? Is that possible to do that?
Listen, I think everybody needs to invest in real estate. It's the safest investment. It's a tangible asset. It's something you can go look and feel. Wouldn't it be great if everybody would invest in real estate, have passive income, grow their legacy and their families, and leave real estate for their kids?
Definitely. And that's what I was saying about our giveaway, where if you're open to it, maybe you could do a phone call with our winner to explain you a little bit about real estate.
I would love to help you plan.
Yeah, plan real estate.
I would love to help you plan.
Yeah, and be able
how to purchase real estate, or how to grow your real estate portfolio, how to create financial security and a future for your kids.
Exactly. And it all comes down to love, right? Because loving yourself, your family, and the higher nature, loving others. And that's all the power that we have today. So Mellisa, it's been wonderful again having you on the show. You're really a delight. You have a lot of insight, and you are a person that has a lot of love inside you. I can tell that. And the key is you want to share with others who also, have had obstacles in life to overcome.
And I'm thankful for you, and I'm thankful for God taking us on this journey and speaking to us through different ways and different signs. And I'm very blessed to have seen such a large manifestation of love on the day that we celebrate friendship and love. So thank you for that. Thank you for inspiring me to do something different. And it really changed my life.
Fantastic. And Mellisa, where can we get hold of you? People get hold of you. Do you have a website, Instagram, or what's the best way to, and also your company as well?
Instagram is LiveMore, LIV_MOR. My phone number is 305-988-4351. If I don't answer, I'm probably in a showing. So text me. If I don't answer the text, call me. I would say those are the best ways to reach me, through DMs, text, or phone call. I also have my email, melissa@dezer.com. If you have any questions about real estate, I would love to help you and see if we can make your dreams come true.
I like that. Okay, very nice, Mellisa. So again, today's show really is about taking that energy that we have, whether it's sexual, romantic, love, or life energy, and then transmute that, transform it to a higher purpose through a spiritual way, psychologically, to help ourselves and also others, because we know that when we give love to others, we really give love to ourselves. It's a reciprocal relationship. So again, it's been wonderful having you on the show. This is Dr. Alex Avila. If you want to reach us, you can reach us at loveuniversity.love. Call us at 310-226-8090. Write to us at loveuniversitylove@gmail.com. Until next time, everyone put away your notebooks, your iPads, your phones. Class, Love University is now dismissed. Dr. Avila. So that was really a really wonderful interview with Mellisa Barragan, talking about the idea of transforming your energy, whether it's sexual, romantic, or love energy, into a higher form. Now, that higher form could relate to your career, your own self-development, dealing with your family, friends, or a higher power, a higher nature, spirituality, and basically really living life to the fullest. As you say, the term is live more and love more. So those are the two most powerful things we can think about When we do that, there's no limit to our success, our happiness, and our contribution to society. Because we can also love others and help them love each other as well. So again, this is Dr. Alex Avila. If you want to reach us, you click on the links below for our social media. And also go to our Love University YouTube channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to that. So till next time, go out this week and live life more, love life more, and be your most powerful and loving self. So Dr. Alex Avila passes down this message.